Hey everybody, Nick here with First Partners Realty, helping buyers and sellers on the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast for over 7 years now. Today I want to talk to you real quickly about the statuses of listings as you're searching for homes. Now you might be looking at homes with an agent and they're sending you properties, and sometimes the status might change and you're not sure what it means. You might be looking at homes yourself as well on Zillow, trulyarealtor.com, and you see these statuses. Now I want to run through those really quickly for you so that you have a better idea of what it means when you're looking for. So there's 7 typical statuses. The first one being the active status. That's your typical listing. The home is trying to sell. The owner wants to get it sold. They're taking showings. No offers have come in yet. The home is still trying to sell. That's your typical one. The next one is contingent. Contingent means that the seller has accepted an offer, but the buyer still has to go through a few hurdles in order to make the deal close. They might still need to do the inspection, get an appraisal done. They might need to go through financing still if they're getting a mortgage. But that's your next most common one you're going to come across. Backup is another one where the owner has accepted an offer. It's got a few contingencies to go through still, so they are accepting backup offers. They're still allowing showings. You see this more commonly in a strong seller's market where there's a ton of action. Just in case that first deal falls apart, they have another offer lined up and ready to go so that they can continue to get their home sold. The next one you'll see is pending. Pending is when the buyer has met all of their contingencies, and at that point they're basically locked up and they're just waiting on the closing date to happen. So at that point, if you see a house in pending status, you most likely want to move on and continue looking for other homes because that one's pretty much ready to go to close. The next one you'll see is temporarily off market. Now, typically a listing agreement is 6 months to a year. So within that time frame, while the listing agent still has that agreement with the seller might decide that they want to take the home off the market for a little bit and just postpone doing showings. This is typically seen within the holiday season at the end of the year. When families in town, they don't want to have showings during that time. So they'll take the home off the market for a short time period. And then once that time period is over, they will begin showings again, but that listing is still with that same agent the entire time. The next one you'll see is canceled. Canceled is when they were still within that listing agreement, but they've decided that they no longer want to sell their home and they're going to go ahead and cancel the agreement with their listing agent and just stop showing. And then the final one you'll see is expired. Expired is when a home has gone through that listing agreement time period and there were no offers, the home never went under contract. And then at that point, the owner needs to decide one of 3 things. Are they going to renew their listing agreement with that agent or so they can continue trying to sell their home? Are they going to sign a new listing agreement with a whole different agent because they still want to sell? Or are they going to just take their home off the market? It's no longer for sale. They're just going to stop and stay where they are. Maybe they're going to wait a little bit and then come back in a couple months and try to sell their home again. But those are your 7 typical listing statuses. I hope that gives you a quick little rundown, a good idea of what those all mean when you're looking for homes. The big ones to watch out for are going to be contingent, backup, and pending. You're going to come across those most commonly other than active, but those other ones come up when you're still looking and it still might look like they're for sale, but you're not quite sure. So that gives you a better idea. If you have any other questions about any of that, what that means, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to help. As always, Nick here with First Partners Realty. Have a great day.